happened to me over the 70 odd years that I've been painting is that um, I have started, well, let me go back to 1940s, because in 1947, I painted a picture called Entry to a Landscape. It was a strange picture because through a cleft in some rocks, you could see a strange world. And I entered that world and started to explore it. And what happened was that as soon as I got onto a canvas or to some board or whatever I was painting on, a new world began to take over. And it was as though the paintings were painting themselves. I had very little control over them. As soon as I sat down, this strange world that I'd entered, this biomorphic world, contained beings that weren't of this world. They were in another world, and they started to evolve a separate evolution of their own. And from 47 until now, 2020, they've gone on evolving and changing and growing. So there's been on my canvases a parallel evolution to the evolution that takes place in the real world. I have always led a double life because I'm also a zoologist who studies animal behavior. And in my zoological life, I understand all the processes of evolution, the way in which animals change and develop. So all the growth processes and the changes of animal shapes are familiar to me through my zoological work. And I apply these to my own private evolution of my own private world. But the rules are different. The way in which my beings change from canvas to canvas, and this can be seen in the works that are on show now at the Beaux, is that there is a development and a constant change in the nature of the beings, and they obey a set of rules which I don't understand. The really strange thing about painting these pictures is that you know when it's going wrong. You don't know how you know, but if I do something that isn't quite right, I know immediately, and I have to stop or destroy the painting or change it. And this is because in my unconscious mind, I have developed a concept of this other world of strange beings that are living in the environment, not of the outside world, but of my canvases. And I've often thought that sometimes when I come down to my studio in the morning and have a look at what I did the previous night, I actually expect the paintings to have gone on painting themselves while I've been asleep, because they have their own control. What happens when a surrealist paints is that he allows his unconscious influences to work directly on the images. There's no rational interference, there's no analysis. I hate having my paintings analyzed, which is why I don't like to talk about individual paintings, because if I try to analyze them, it just doesn't work. You have to enjoy my paintings using your unconscious mind, just as I paint them with my unconscious mind. So there's no analytical structure, there's no previous conception. These paintings grow like a tree would grow. And once you start to paint, the painting grows like an animal or a plant. And today, I'm still as devoted to that surrealist device, although I have to say I have a lot of disagreements with certain aspects of the surrealist movement. When I was young and was involved with the surrealist meetings that used to take place, I was always arguing with people because I am totally non-political, and the surrealists had political ideas. And I said, no. Surrealism for me has no relationship with politics at all. And that led to a lot of arguments and debates, because obviously they were extremely left-wing, and I was simply not interested in that. And my paintings are still like that today. They're still developing. At 4 a.m. this morning, I was working on a small red patch on a new painting.